In the early 1970s, an ambitious former Marine named Fred Smith had a vision that would change global commerce forever, a system that could deliver a package anywhere in the United States overnight. He poured his entire inheritance and millions in venture capital into his new company, Federal Express, now known as FedEx. But by 1973, the dream was crashing down. Rising fuel costs and a struggling economy had pushed the company to the brink of total collapse. FedEx was losing over $1 million a month, and the bank accounts were nearly dry. The breaking point came on a Friday in Little Rock, Arkansas. Fred Smith looked at his company's balance sheet and realized they only had $5,000 left. This wasn't even enough to cover the next week's jet fuel bill, which was roughly $24,000. Without fuel, the planes couldn't fly. If the planes didn't fly, the company would officially be dead by Monday morning. His advisors were silent and his investors had already turned their backs. Instead of panic or despair, Fred Smith did something that is now legendary in American business history. He didn't go home to pack his bags. Instead, he took that final $5,000 and flew to Las Vegas. He walked into a casino, sat down at a blackjack table, and put the company's entire future on the flip of a card. It was the ultimate all-or-nothing gamble. Most people would call it madness, but for Smith, it was the only way to buy his dream a few more days of life. By Monday morning, Fred's top executives were shocked to find that the company's bank account didn't have $0, it had $32,000. Against all odds, Fred had won big at the blackjack tables, turning that final $5,000 into enough money to fuel the planes for another week. When asked why he would risk the company's last cent on a game of chance, Smith simply replied, "Without the fuel money, we couldn't have flown anyway." That extra week gave Fred the time he needed to secure a new round of funding worth $11 million. That small window of breathing room allowed FedEx to survive long enough to become profitable. Today, FedEx is a global giant worth billions, delivering millions of packages a day. It all started with a visionary leader who refused to quit, proving that sometimes the difference between a massive failure and an American success story is just one more hand of cards and the courage to bet it all.